Once we get the image completed from the side view, go ahead and inspect it. Look at all the views. If it's not in the correct view, find the view you want to be in and cut and paste it into that view. If it's in the top view, cut it from the top and put it into the left or the right view. And then what we want to do is make sure the O-snap is correct. So go to O-snap and at the midpoint, select OK. And we want to find the middle of the base of the vehicle. And then I'm going to go out approximately 48 inches. I would suggest you go a little bit wider than 48, maybe 60 inches, but in this case I'm going 48 inches, and that's going to be the width of my vehicle. And then what I'm going to do is copy the vehicle and then paste it in and get it a little bit away from the vehicle if you can. And then we're going to move it. I can either use the icon or type in move, select the object that I just pasted in, press enter, and then at that midpoint at the base, move it to the end point of the line that I created. Let's go ahead and delete the other line, and I have two vehicles there, or two profiles. And I need a third at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and paste in that same profile. And then what I need to do is to scale the object. Type in scale. I can also use that icon. Select the object, and then press enter, and then go back to that midpoint. And in this case I'm going to type in 1.2, and I've scaled the profile. And now what I want to do is go ahead and move the larger profile to the center. So I want to scale in here, zoom in, and put it in there. So when I look at this, make sure that midpoint is there. I'm going to delete the working line that I had created. And I should have three vehicles like a pancake. So when I go to the right view, from the center it should look okay. And then what we want to do is type in a loft command. And if the objects are grouped, what we want to first do is go ahead and explode the views. This turns them into individual pieces. And then I'll go ahead and type in loft. And for example, I will do the windshield first. Select the windshield in order and press enter 3 times. And then I can either type in loft or just press and enter again. And again, it has to be in sequence from the outer, middle, and then to the outside again. Type in enter 3 times, and I can just press enter if I don't change the tool function 3 times. And go ahead and do that to each incremental piece. And they must be, for example, if it's the hood, it must be all the pieces of the hood, or in this case the top of the bumper, and then the front of the front bumper. And I'll do the rear window. Now you may find you want to remodel your automobile to make this work correctly. So you should see what's developing to be a skin of the top of the vehicle. Let's go back into the black and white view. I'll go ahead and type in loft and go ahead and select this back part of the bumper. Press enter 3 times, and I'm going to need to use my orbit and to get around this. And then go ahead and type in loft again. And we're essentially done with this portion of the lesson. So we've created a more supple shape than extruding would not have given us anything that looks nearly like this. And then make sure that you inspect it and you have all your pieces and do the orbit, and you've completed the portion of the exercise where we loft our vehicle.